I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So what I'm saying, I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud.
I can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't. Like everything that I've accomplished, he's still trying to accomplish.
Do you not think Spence will be in the Hall of Fame?
Right now? No, how?
Yeah, he's right, dude. He's right.
How? He fought in one division.
Never unified the belts.
He unified.
He did unify.
IBF. He unified.
IBF, was it?
After staying quiet for so long about Terence Crawford, Errol Spence has finally called for a rematch following Crawford's recent comments questioning his ability. Although many believe the opportunity for a second fight has already passed, Spence has decided to challenge the two-time undisputed champion once again, hoping to settle the rivalry after what he sees as repeated disrespect from Crawford.
I would never want to fight him coming off an accident like that, because when I beat him,
right,
then y'all gonna say it was because of the accident.
Right.
He beat Danny Garcia. I was in the crowd. I said, nah, he can't beat me. That's the first time I seen Spence fight live. I said.
So you knew then when you seen that?
I'm like yeah, because it's different on TV.
Yeah, for sure.
Than when you watching it up close in person.
He did unify. IBF.
He unified.
IBF, was it?
He had three.
Yeah,
the
but
WBC,
he didn't unify all
WBA,
four. He wasn't
IBF.
undisputed.
Huh?
He wasn't undisputed.
He wasn't. No, but what I'm saying is, they already called him a weight bully, right? He beat Kell Brook coming off of an eye injury. He beat Sean Porter.
In all fairness, he had to go over there to get that.
Their first fight ended in a devastating loss for Errol Spence, and many believe it significantly affected his reputation and standing in boxing. That performance remains one of the toughest moments of his career, with many fans now judging him mainly by what happened against Terence Crawford. Spence recently responded on social media by calling for a rematch after seeing a clip of Crawford being asked whether Spence deserves a place in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. The response showed that Spence is still determined to prove himself and rewrite the story of their rivalry.
Along my career, I've been criticized, and people have taken credit away from me just to try to diminish my accomplishments just off of pure hate. So what would they be able to say with me going up 2 weight classes?
People say, oh, well, maybe it was the weight or whatever the case is. What do you think about that? Like talking about the weight at 154?
I wouldn't worry about that. I felt stronger than him. I felt that I punched harder than him. I felt as if I hurt him many of the times.
Crawford disagreed, saying Spence would not be a Hall of Famer if he retired today. Spence responded by calling out Crawford on social media, saying the disrespect had gone too far and suggesting they run it back.
Hold his head up. It's a learning experience. You just bounce back from. It's about how you come back and how you show people that it's happening young in your career, and some of you
said, that's a good win. Like I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him or
I understand
things like that, but I honestly don't know if he make it to the Hall of Fame with the...
This likely caught Errol Spence's attention, especially since he has been away from active competition since his last appearance came while promoting a fight involving a fighter from his own boxing promotion. Spence has not returned to the ring since his 2023 defeat against Terence Crawford. The matchup was expected to be highly competitive, but Crawford delivered a dominant performance, handing Spence the first loss of his professional career. Spence's current record stands at 28 wins, 1 loss, and 22 knockouts.
In the fight?
Yeah.
But I just felt like, he came prepared and he was ready and he fought a good fight.
Yeah.
He was awkward, he was patient, he was determined, he stuck to his game plan, and he did what he had to do to make...
Errol Spence recently opened up on social media, revealing that the biggest mistake he made as an athlete was drinking. He encouraged other athletes to stay focused on their goals and make better choices for themselves and their families. Despite his loss to Terence Crawford, Spence has had an impressive career, but his latest performance led to more criticism from fans questioning whether he is still at his best. Responding to those comments, Spence pushed back against claims that he is washed, saying some people use the term too easily without understanding what it truly means.
A lot of people say, oh, well, he's money hungry, he's looking at money and he's trying to cash out and this and that. I've been getting money for years. I've been getting millions for years. Yeah. And I'm not stupid with my money. Right. As you can see, I don't buy no Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and, you know what I mean, walk around with 100 people around me and I got all this jewelry that I ain't bought.
Before his loss to Terence Crawford, Errol Spence was the unified welterweight champion, holding the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles from 2017 to 2023. Although he has been out of the ring for nearly 2 years, Spence is still only 34 years old, and many expect him to return against a major opponent. Meanwhile, Crawford has found himself facing criticism after his recent comments about his former rival. The two fighters faced off in 2023, where Crawford delivered a dominant performance and handed Spence the first loss of his career. Since then, Spence has not returned to action and decided not to activate his rematch clause against Crawford.
He got caught. He should have boxed a little bit more, but, things happen. You got to learn from it. Definitely, it was exciting. The whole build up to it and leading up to it, too. So it's something that, I wouldn't change for nothing. And I'm definitely open to the rematch, and hopefully it'll be at 150.
More recently, Errol Spence was linked to a potential fight against WBC and WBO super welterweight champion Sebastian Fundora, but the matchup never came together after multiple delays. That led many fans to question whether Spence would ever return to the ring. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford continued to reach new heights and is now set to face Canelo Alvarez in a massive September showdown. Before that fight, Crawford appeared on the 4 Pound Pound podcast with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, where he stated that Spence has not done enough to deserve a place in the Boxing Hall of Fame compared to his own achievements.
Said he has crazy power that he believes in. He has a great chin too, because he's a guy, he'll let you get out punches.
Crawford believes he has already done enough to secure a place in the Boxing Hall of Fame, while he questions whether Errol Spence has achieved the same level of success. He explained that Spence became a unified champion at welterweight, but he only competed in one division, while Crawford became undisputed in 2 weight classes and won championships across 4 divisions. Crawford gave credit to Spence's victory over Sean Porter, but said he still wasn't sure if Spence's accomplishments were enough for Hall of Fame status. However, many boxing figures disagree, including trainer Kevin Cunningham, who believes Spence's 3 world titles and pound-for-pound recognition prove he belongs among the sport's greats. Crawford has built one of boxing's most decorated careers, but some critics, including Erickson Lubin, have also questioned the quality of his opponents. Lubin gave Crawford credit for moving up in weight and stopping elite fighters, but argued that his resume is not as unbeatable as many believe. The debate has placed Crawford at the center of controversy as fans continue comparing the legacies of 2 former rivals.
If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's going to win or lose, but I'll definitely be going for Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah.
He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean,
Terence Crawford delivered one of the most impressive performances of his career when he dominated Errol Spence Jr. in their long-awaited welterweight unification fight. The victory made Crawford the first undisputed welterweight champion in nearly 4 decades and strengthened his argument as the best fighter in the world regardless of weight class. Crawford controlled the fight from the moment he found his rhythm, scoring a knockdown in the 2nd round and dropping Spence twice more in the 7th before referee Harvey Dock stopped the action in the 9th round. The sold-out crowd at T-Mobile Arena had waited more than 5 years to see 2 undefeated American champions finally collide, but what was expected to be a close battle quickly turned into a showcase of Crawford's elite skills. After a competitive opening round, Crawford began taking over with his speed, power, timing, and ability to make adjustments inside the ring. The 35-year-old Nebraska fighter delivered a masterclass performance, using sharp counters, intelligent movement, and his unique ability to switch stances to completely neutralize Spence's attack. Crawford's victory was even more significant because Spence entered the fight as one of boxing's top welterweights, known for his pressure, powerful jab, and relentless style. The former unified champion had built his career by overwhelming opponents with his physical strength and constant forward pressure, but against Crawford, that strategy was not enough. Crawford's accuracy, defense, and ring IQ allowed him to break down Spence round by round. With this historic win, Crawford became the first fighter to hold all 4 major welterweight titles, joining an elite group of boxing legends. While Spence had achieved tremendous success before the fight, including winning multiple world championships and representing the United States at the Olympics, Crawford proved that his skill set was on another level. The performance cemented Crawford's legacy as one of the greatest fighters of his generation and left fans wondering what challenges remain for the undisputed champion moving forward.
Fish fry come Saturday. Man, you gotta calm down, brother. Cause listen, man, things can get real sticky real quick, and then everybody would say, this is what we do every time we come out. This is what we do when we come out.
Terence Crawford scored the first knockdown of Errol Spence Jr.'s career in the second round of their highly anticipated welterweight unification fight. After the victory, Crawford said becoming a world champion was always his dream and that he proved the doubters wrong through hard work and determination. He also gave credit to Spence and his team, saying the fight would not have been possible without them. Spence started the fight with confidence, using his jab, body shots, and pressure to try to control the pace. The bigger fighter pushed forward and forced Crawford to move backward, but everything changed when Spence missed with a powerful right hand to the body. Crawford immediately capitalized with a perfectly timed counter-punch that sent Spence to the canvas for the first time in his 29-fight career. From that moment, Crawford took complete control. Spence tried to fight back and prove he still had the heart of a champion, but Crawford's speed, timing, and defense made it difficult for him to land clean shots. By the 4th round, Spence was already showing signs of damage, including a cut near his eye. Crawford continued breaking him down with sharp combinations, accurate counters, and a powerful jab that repeatedly found its target. The fight quickly turned into a showcase of Crawford's elite boxing ability as Spence struggled to keep up with the 2-time undisputed champion.
Got the confidence to come out there and just be like, okay, well, even the skills to say, all right, let me see how you gonna take a punch to the chin. Let me see how you gonna take a punch to the body. Let me see how you gonna react when you can't bully somebody around.
Good, I just fed the dog.
Okay. So my mind was, you know what I mean, it was racing a little bit. And I was like, man, how should I come out? And it was like, man, just come out boxing. Listen, just like you talking, just like you doing all that talking, bro, it can turn deadly real quick. But on both sides, so why not support, listen, why not support your fighter? Support your fighter.
Spence later admitted that Crawford's timing was the biggest difference in the fight. He explained that Crawford's jab was powerful, accurate, and perfectly timed, saying his speed and precision were exactly what he expected. As the fight continued, Crawford's dominance became even clearer. In the 5th and 6th rounds, he continued landing clean punches, leaving Spence's face swollen and damaged. The punishment reached another level in the 7th round when Crawford dropped Spence twice, first with a combination and then again with a powerful right hook near the end of the round. From there, the fight became a one-sided display of Crawford's finishing ability. In the 9th round, Crawford overwhelmed Spence with a series of unanswered punches, forcing the referee to step in and stop the fight. Crawford later said the stoppage was the right decision, adding that he was ready to continue attacking but respected the referee's job of protecting the fighter.
Ain't got nothing wrong with that. Support your fighter. Y'all support y'all fighter. Let's come together, make this event a success. Instead of everybody saying every time we get together, it's always shooting and violence.
The punch statistics showed just how dominant Crawford was throughout the fight. According to CompuBox, Crawford landed 185 of 369 punches, connecting at an impressive 50.1% rate. His power punching was even more effective, as he landed 98 of 163 power shots. Meanwhile, Spence struggled to find his rhythm, landing just 96 of 480 total punches. His famous jab, which had been one of his biggest weapons throughout his career, connected only 33 times out of 296 attempts. Crawford explained that stopping Spence's jab was the key to the entire fight because it was the foundation of Spence's offense. Once that weapon was taken away, Crawford was able to control every aspect of the fight. Spence admitted afterward that Crawford was simply the better fighter that night, saying his timing was off and that Crawford's jab and accuracy made the difference. It marked Spence's first professional defeat since his amateur loss at the 2012 Olympics, ending a long undefeated run and proving Crawford's elite skills on boxing's biggest stage.
The big question was, is he going to come out orthodox? Is he going to come out southpaw? I'm tripping because I was talking to one of your guys after the fight in the locker room, and he said, before y'all came out to fight, you looked at him and you looked at Shakur and you said, hey, what y'all think I should do?
Yeah, because in my mind, I want to fight. I want to fight. But given the circumstances that he haven't had nobody that's, you know what I mean,
The fight contract included a two-way rematch clause, allowing the loser to request a second fight within 30 days. However, the winner would have the final say on whether the rematch happens at 147 pounds or 154 pounds. Before the fight, Errol Spence had already talked about moving up from welterweight because making the 147-pound limit had become difficult. Despite the loss, Spence made it clear that he wants another chance against Crawford. He said they need to run it back, promised he would perform much better, and believed the rematch would be much closer. Spence also suggested that the second fight should happen at 154 pounds, where he would feel more comfortable physically.
Like he should. He didn't do the things that his daddy told him to do. What are you talking about? Even his daddy said it. Even his daddy said it.
You butthurt that I got to stop
Even his
it?
daddy said it.
You butthurt?
Even Kell Brook, he was already broken.
So was he broken when you fought him?
No, he wasn't broken.
How come
I broke the other eye.
He came off
I broke the other eye. Yeah, that's how I got broke. That's how I got broke.
He came off.
Errol Spence and Terence Crawford faced off in one of boxing's biggest fights in July 2023 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Spence entered as the WBA, WBC, and IBF welterweight champion, while Crawford held the WBO title. The fight was expected to be a close showdown, but Crawford dominated, stopping Spence in the 9th round to become undisputed welterweight champion. After the loss, Spence admitted Crawford was the better fighter that night.
What does it matter?
He came off a stoppage and then he fought you
What does it matter?
months prior.
What does it matter?
So was he broken or not?
No, he wasn't broken. No, he wasn't broken.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
What are you talking about? I had the same surgery he had, and what happened? So what they say about you then, you fight me then.
I'm gonna break that line.
So what they say? So
Spence admitted that Crawford's power was a major factor in the fight. He explained that he felt Crawford's strength early on and believed his timing issues allowed Crawford to land clean shots between his punches. Spence has not returned to the ring since the defeat and has been linked to a possible move up to super welterweight for a fight against Sebastian Fundora. Meanwhile, Crawford continues to pursue a major showdown with unified super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez, and one fighter who has shared the ring with both men has now offered his prediction for that potential matchup.
Said if this Canelo fight, you know, if you're able to be successful and victorious, like, how important is it for you to be able to rank yourself amongst all the top guys that ever did this thing?
It'd be great. You know, that's why you take the chance. You know, this is by far the biggest opportunity, but the biggest risk that I ever took in my career.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand what's at stake, and I understand the level of competition that I'm up against, and I be like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
So every time he say that, you know, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at it, like okay, and he's not that big, you know, he heavy, but he not that big,
right?
You know, and I'm just like, all right, I'm laughing, but at the same time it started hitting me like, all right, man.
After months of rumors in 2024, the potential super fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford appeared to lose momentum, leaving many fans believing the matchup would never happen. However, recent reports have brought the possibility back into the spotlight. With both fighters searching for their next major challenge, the matchup could see Crawford move up multiple weight classes to face Canelo at super middleweight. While the fight would be a massive event, it remains unclear if Crawford is still focused on facing Errol Spence again after a potential showdown with Canelo.
If Canelo become undisputed again, and I beat Canelo, what could they say? They'll say something, but what
they're gonna find something. You know that.
But what can they really say?
Right.
You know. So that's the legacy fight right there for me. I'm not looking at. A lot of people say, "Oh well, he's money hungry." I'm up against, and that what makes it great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what all the great fighters will want, because it's a high risk, high reward type of fight. You come out on top. Look at everything that's gonna happen after that. You one of the top 5 fighters in the world ever. Probably.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Where you rank it? Because I put that on Twitter. I said, if you beat Canelo.
Right now, Terence Crawford's main focus is a massive showdown with Canelo Alvarez. He has made it clear several times that this is the fight he wants most, even suggesting that he could have walked away from boxing if the opportunity never happened. After defeating Errol Spence Jr., Crawford was willing to wait for the rematch, but Spence never activated the rematch clause, leaving Crawford waiting until he eventually decided to move forward. For Spence, the more realistic comeback plan could be moving up to the super welterweight division, taking a tune-up fight, and rebuilding himself before chasing another world title opportunity. A strong return performance could put him back in position for another championship run. Meanwhile, Crawford continues to chase the biggest challenges in boxing, with Canelo Alvarez remaining the fight at the top of his list. Stay connected for more boxing news, major fight updates, and the biggest moments from the world of boxing.